friends. I hope you will join in. I'm on Jean Valentino's Grassroots Truthcast. Be sure to watch it.
I'm excited to announce that we're having our first ever mega sale on overstock clearance and brand new products. For example, save over 50% on this season's flannel sheets. Queen size only $59.98. Kings only $69.98. They sell out fast every year, so order now. Save 20% on our brand new My Crosses. They're designed in the likeness of the one I've worn every day for over 20 years. They come in men's and women's, and they're made right here in the USA. Get our 2025 six-piece My Towel sets for only $29.98. Our initial quantities are extremely low, so get them now before they go. And our best-selling standard My Pillows, just $14.98. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use this promo code to take advantage of our first ever mega sale. But wait, remember that $75 free shipping rule? Well, that ship is sailed because right now, every order ships absolutely free.
One of the favorite parts of the Friday programming is when Michael and his buddy Gene Valentino sat down over a cup of Java and discussed the world problems.
That's right. And here we are.
So much, you may even get tired of winning. And you'll say, please, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep winning. We have to win more.
We have to win more, Gene Valentino. Good morning.
Good morning to you. How's everybody doing?
Very well, thank you. Always good to see you on a Friday, looking all chipper and everything with your nice jacket on. I mean, this guy dresses up for radio. I kid you not.
You've got to wonder how people look at you when you're talking. So
yeah, that's right.
Play the part. I can imagine, a good worker be going off to work this morning, wincing and saying, "What did Michael Pohl just say?"
Hey, so the Epstein files. This is something that came out yesterday, and everybody was very disappointed in what they got. Come to find out, there are some holdouts from the deep state that are maybe in the New York field office that are holding or hiding, we don't know, thousands of pages of the Epstein report. Tell us what you think about that.
Well, this is interesting. You've got Kash Patel and Pam Bondi, good friends of each other. One's head of the FBI, the other's Attorney General, and she had to write a terse and firm letter to Kash Patel in their official capacity to put him on notice. Hey, I've got egg on my face. I went to release the Epstein information today, and it's a half loaf of information. 260 plus victims, all remain anonymous. But the victims and the lists of people, the perpetrators, the wrongdoers, the philanderers, the people who are abusing young women, were all hidden from exposure. And this was tied to the lack of release from the New York's FBI office under Kash Patel's direction. Now, I did get I did read something recently that says that the FBI, which was allegedly suppressing information, that Patel promises, Patel is promising to uncover any hidden Epstein documents in his new pledge he's just made, which is music to Pam Bondi's ears, because Pam was coming out with a full report on what actually happened. There is no holdout. The question is, why is the New York office hiding information? They're hiding information not only about the Patel, about the Epstein case, but they're hiding other information regarding the assassination of Donald J. Trump. This office needs to be brought under control. And I think it's I think what's happening is this is just the straw that's about to break the camel's back and force Kash Patel to move sooner than later on rectifying matters in the FBI. I alluded to something a second ago. Uh, the FBI is also allegedly suppressing information about the Donald Trump assassination in Butler, uh, which reportedly contains a lead about an accomplice. The accomplice in that assassination makes sense. There was a van a block down the street with explosives. There were triggering or wireless triggering mechanisms tied to that van, and this guy, I think, was just part of a bigger plan that the FBI needs to get into. To what extent is the FBI involved with this wrongdoing? I shudder to think, Mike, that our agencies of government designed to protect the nation and its citizens is in fact the fraud that is the wrongdoer, is the accomplice that's been doing these wrong things, is the biggest shattering of my beautiful impression of our democracy and of our operation of government. Well, there's only one thing I know. In this, what, 5, 6 weeks Donald Trump's been in office, the whole thing is blown wide open, and we now see in front of us all the things we've opined about in the last 4 years together, haven't we? We've talked about suspicion of so many different things on different levels, and now in just 5 to 6 weeks, we're witnessing in plain view the complete unwrapping. It's the onion being peeled back one layer at a time here, and we're seeing so many things on so many levels becoming exposed to our attention. It's literally the metaphor is true. What part of the elephant do you eat first here, and where do you want to start in your rectification of the American system that we're so proud of?
You know, the deep state is something that, and the interesting thing is Donald Trump was right about everything, just to make a point of what you just said. He was right about everything. And so the deep state is still trying to hide the fact that they were doing things that they shouldn't have been doing. Comey, I understand, is under investigation. But I don't want people to get disheartened because it takes time. I mean, if you want to root out the deep state, it just doesn't happen overnight, Gene. They're out there. They're in key positions in our country. They have to be found out, and they have to be rooted out. And it just takes time. It's not going to happen overnight. So be patient.
No, that's true. We watched it unravel or become more pervasive over what, 4 to 6 years. It's and look what they did to Donald Trump in his first term of office. Look how much he's uncovered right now. One thing I've noticed about Donald Trump, Michael, is that his team around him in his second term has been clearly vetted, is closely defined. Other people from his first administration who were advising him on who to appoint are no longer part of his team, like someone I admired, Kellyanne Conway, who's now over at Fox News. She was a strong contributor, advisor to Donald Trump. Stephen Miller is...
You know, Kellyanne Conway is still 100% Donald Trump, and she could not afford to take that job back if it was offered, because she's making millions of dollars a year now over at Fox News. So, you know, I don't think some of these people wanted to come back. They're enjoying making that money.
Yeah, but look at Pete Hegseth, who left millions of dollars.
Dan Bongino.
And Bongino. Oh yeah. Not to mention Elon himself.
Yeah. So we're a Dan Bongino affiliate here, and we are just scratching our heads at what is going to happen to that time slot. We're talking about different things and looking at different options. I think that the young lady who does his, he does a podcast in the morning. She does one prior to him. Her name is Avita. and she's really good. She's pretty sharp. I think we may end up taking her. I'm not sure yet. We're just going to wait and see what Wood One offers us.
I've got one better than that, Michael.
Yeah.
Michael Pohl and the Velvet Hammer taking that slot.
Well, that would be great, except for it's lunchtime.
Well, you're just going to have to eat. Look, I'm going to sip my drink for those watching from Zoom. I'm sipping my drink while we're talking, and this is the new era of broadcast where you get to throw your drink in your mouth while you're talking, and you know, it's lunchtime. You can eat a sandwich too, I guess, but you might want to wait.
I would commit to it, but I don't think you could be here every day at 11 o'clock. That's why I'm not sure that would work out for you and I. But anyway, back to Donald Trump. He's working on all these things. Now, the other thing that we need to talk about that has been going on over the last few weeks, and you haven't had a lot of opportunities to be with us because of things going on in your life, but this judge thing, something has got to happen. Now, I've talked to two of our congressmen about this situation a couple of weeks in a row now, about how these judges, a judge from a little district somewhere in the Netherlands, can just stop everything that a president of the United States is doing. He's the executive, he's the chief, he's the commander in chief. He is, without doubt, power or vested with the power in our U.S. Constitution to do everything in the executive branch to make it follow his orders. And there's no question that the president has the authority to fire people, to get rid of people for any reason. So what are we going to do about these federal judges who continue to slow things down for Donald Trump and for our nation, who is yearning for a change?
Legislation from the bench of a court system should be a criminal offense and established so through a constitutional amendment that puts personal penalties in place against that very against the judiciary and that very judge that attempts to do so. It's absent right now. They hide behind this insulation of immunity that prevents them from any counterattack. It's obvious that they're the ones guilty of affecting our judicial system. It's also the last rung. It's a desperate rung, which shows you that we are reaching a point where it's about to literally melt away. The Democrat Party itself is melting away, as we've predicted, and we're seeing firsthand a potential re-election of a Republican slate with a supermajority in the House of Representatives and Senate coming up in the 2-year midterms, fortifying, not weakening, Donald Trump's momentum in the 4 years of his term. Whether some game is played to bring him in for a subsequent term is not the issue. The real issue is he's going to have people behind him now, which is what I was trying to get to before. The first term of office, he had people in place that were working at cross purposes behind his back. Not so now. You saw in the first cabinet meeting, a cabinet meeting within first 5 weeks on the job. Biden doesn't do one in nearly 12 months, but here he is putting one in place in the first 5-6 weeks on the job. And you can see in plain transparency, everyone's role, commitment, the synchronization of spirit and camaraderie. You see a complete momentum of execution on the Donald Trump platform and policies. It's underway at lightning speed. What's throwing the Democrats off balance is it's happening so fast, they don't know what part of the dike to plug, and it's leaking from all sides now. They can't stop the dike from leaking, and meaning to say the Donald Trump's moving so fast. He's winning, winning, winning. The theme of what you opened the show with today. You can't stop winning. I can't take it. There's so much winning going on, Michael. It's killing me. I can't take it.
Let's do it one more time.
So much, you may even get tired of winning. And you'll say, please, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep winning. We have to win more.
That's right. We have
to keep winning.
It is sad to watch, actually, the Democrat Party. They're just, I mean, they don't know what to do. I mean, they go after every single thing that Donald Trump does with some kind of like craziness, like zombies or something. And they just,
well, it's obsessive. There's actually something wrong about it, because I think it's a derangement syndrome, of course, targeted at Trump. But isn't it ironic? It's shifted towards Musk right now. They can't reach Trump. Yeah. What Trump did, which was even more brilliant about all this winning, is he surrounded himself with a cast of characters. The Democrats are now picking on Elon Musk because they can't reach Trump. It's winning, winning, winning. Hang in there, Elon. A few more punches and it's all over.
Gotta go. We're out of time. Thank you, Gene. See you next week.
Take care.
I remember the first meeting that I had with our chief medical team, and I said to them, life comes down, you're going to be judged by the choices that you make. And when the choice to start this company came up, it was a no-brainer, because we all need to fight for what we believe in, and we need to strive for something.
I'm Dr. Heather Gessling. I'm a family medicine physician. I am the Chief Operating Officer for the medical team at the Wellness Company. We strive to base all of our decisions on science, and the lack of unbiased science in the last 2 years is one of the catalysts that has brought about the Wellness Company.
My role in the Wellness Company is going to be largely one of education and re-education of our physician corps, who are going to be administering medicine to large numbers of people, we hope, under our guidance, okay? We are not going to be telling them how to practice, but we are going to be telling them how to approach the patient in a different way. And that way involves returning to the first principles of medicine, which are the basic sciences.
Myself and the Wellness Company rely on data, scientific data, to drive critical decisions. But importantly, we must consider all available sources of data. Everything's on the table. Nutrition is basically what we put in our bodies, and you can imagine what we put in our bodies really matters. And nutrition science is going to play a giant role in the data-driven decisions and treatment plans that we devise at the Wellness Company.
So I'm Dr. Jen Vandewater. I'm a doctor of pharmacy. I graduated Pharmacy College in 2006. I worked mostly for retail pharmacies, and through the years I noticed that it became very robotic. The pharmacy industry was no longer about patient care, and it became more fill prescriptions, give shots, anything you could do just to keep busy. There was no time for patient interaction and patient well-being. But while I was there, I was still seeing that people were on lots and lots and lots of medications. So as I was watching doctors prescribe more and more, I thought, well, how can I assist and help the patient realize they may be on too many medications?
Current medical practice is so completely off the rails that it almost has to be destroyed and rebuilt from the ground up, because we have allowed ourselves to be taken over by pharma for the most part. Most doctors just prescribe, they treat numbers as opposed to patients. They don't reverse disease, they maintain chronic disease. This is all wrong. Our approach is wrong. Our approach to these diseases is wrong. It is all based on giving a pill to treat a number. That is what modern medicine has become. We are not treating patients, we are treating numbers.
It's always been said that an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And if we can prevent an illness, we can prevent suffering, potentially hospitalization, progression of disease, and death. So prevention is absolutely critical.
I see creating an integrated healthcare system that focuses on prevention versus being reactive. I see a company that's going to continue to have amazing products and put third-party products on our store and in our platform that are vetted by some of the best physicians in the world.
What makes the wellness company's approach unique is that we're coming at different angles. We're not just coming into one area of health, we're coming into education. We're coming into training even providers on what health actually looks like. We've been kind of confused and misguided through the years, so the wellness company is hitting it in a way that nobody else has hit it before.
We have to go back to treating patients and getting them healthy again and maintaining that state of good health.
I truly am inspired to leave the world a better place than I came in. I want to create that change. I want to help people.
Grow in what you know about your health. Your health is yours. You own your body. We want to just guide you in that so you can make the right decisions for your health. And I'm excited to tell you that we're here and we're bringing you the best.